Alright, this is take 2. The first one, okay, it was okay. This time, we're literally just going to focus on what Aethrex just said. That's all we're going to do. And I'm not going to bring up any staff quitting, all that jazz. That's their own private thing. Whatever people say in my DMs is different. And I was wrong about Togger quitting. He didn't want to. At least I was told he wanted to, but then, you know what? Things changed, so I'm not surprised. But apparently he didn't want to, so glad we got that ironed out. Now all we're going to do is talk about this. And I'm going to explain my point of view, and then you can tell me whether or not I'm wrong. The tweet says, just to let you know, we've got a new murder game coming out. This game has been in the works for almost a year now. Everything is being custom made. You guys are going to love it. Can't wait for the launch. False. This game has not been in the works. It was never even existent. And I can tell you that for a fact because I was a staff member for around 4 months or something like that. There was only 2 games, Murder Mystery X and Icarus. Project Icarus was a zombie fighting game where there was like waves of zombies and you fought them with your friends or whatever and you could upgrade your weapons, and then there was like bosses after every wave, and then yeah, it's basically like Zombie Rush, okay? The MMX revamp was going to bring a new tier of weapons called Neon Tiers. There was going to be revamped old maps, some new maps. There was going to be a new lobby, less lag. I think we might have even gotten an event, to be honest. I don't remember. It was like 5 months ago now. And that's all that there was going to be. So when Aethrex says that there was another game in the works for almost a year, he's lying. He quit back last summer. He quit a year ago and then came back about 5 months ago, something like that. So during that 5-month period when Icarus was being worked on, there was no other game, and he wouldn't know because he wasn't working for Murder Mystery Prestiges. So I'm just going to explain my point of view. Why would he say there's a new murder game that's been worked on for a year if it's not literally just them bringing the revamp into a new game? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And why am I getting so many pings on Discord? I'm going to have to check that afterwards. I hate it when that happens. So like, I'm confused. Why would he say, if it's really the MMX revamp, and that's really gonna happen, then why would he say there's a new murder game they've been working on for a year when there wasn't one? Unless they're talking about Murder Mystery 3, which is its own thing. Which, I think it's still banned. To be honest, they've brought it back and gotten it banned so many times, I don't even know if it's still a thing or not. So unless he's talking about Murder Mystery 3, and then literally just, like, making that again, then there's no other thing except for the revamp. And if the revamp's really gonna happen, then why would they mention there's a new game that's been quote-unquote been worked on for a year? Like, I'm sorry. My point of view is kind of confused right now because that doesn't make sense. It's been in works for almost a year, but there was no revamp. I mean, there was no other game, unless they've been working on it in private and they didn't tell the staff during any of the billions of staff calls. We did one every week, so it's not billions. So I don't know. My other video, I kind of went on a tangent. I'm not gonna do that again. I'm just gonna say this. If the revamp's really gonna happen, then first of all, what's this other game that's been quote unquote worked on for a year? Why is it just surfacing now? There's not been a single leak about this new game that's been worked on for a year. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. And yes, Icarus is canceled. That's its own thing, though. I don't remember if I made a video on that, but I'm not going to. That's its own thing. So, I don't know. That's my point of view. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to make the thumbnail again with the canceled. I'm going to just retitle this something. I don't know. But, like, that, I don't understand. Like, I don't know. Go ahead and criticize. I don't care. About whatever. I don't know what there is to criticize. Based on this tweet, there's been a murder game, as they say, a murder game that's been worked on for a year when there wasn't, unless they're talking about MM3, but even then, that surfaced in November. That wasn't a year ago. Well, it's almost been a year, but it wasn't. So I don't know what they're referring to. Maybe Aethrex messed up and he meant the revamp's coming, but why would he say the revamp's coming if he says, just to let you know, we've got a new murder game coming out soon? Everything's being custom made. The revamp was being custom made. So are you telling me they're just going to move the revamp and call it a new game, or what's going on there. And in my other video, I mentioned that things wouldn't be able to transfer. If this is a new game that is being worked on, I don't know how item transferring works through games, but first of all, that would bring up a lot of dupe glitches. If this is really a new game, even the revamp would bring probably some dupe glitches if you're transferring it to like a new, like, I don't know how to explain it, a new server, not server, but like a new, I don't know, a new map or so. I don't know the words, like, because MMX is on like its own world, quote unquote, and then there's like, if you transfer it to a new one, you could transfer all of their stuff theoretically. I don't know how item transferring works, to be completely honest with you, but that's just my point of view on this. I'm not going to go into the whole staff jazz and all that jazz. I'm saying jazz too many times. But yeah, that's my point of view on this. And if some staff member, if I don't mind being wrong. If I'm wrong, that's great. Then the game's still going to get updates and stuff. But then why would he say there's a new game in the works for a year? That just mind boggles me, because there wasn't one. I don't know. Hopefully some staff can correct me. I hope I'm wrong. I really do, because if MMX is going away and they're making an entire new game, I'm not going to play it, because I'm not going to just spend like a lot of time on a game, a lot of money on a game just to see it go like that. I'm not doing that again. So yeah, I don't mind being wrong. If someone can correct me, I would love them to. Please do, because I don't mind being wrong. I really don't. I just don't understand the tweet, and I don't understand why he would say a new murder game and a revamp, but he didn't mention the revamp, and there was never a new murder game in the works, which is what I don't understand. So I'm going to leave it there.